Welcome to Courage to Journey. I'm here in Asheville now, and I'm in the Bent Creek Experimental Forest. We just had some heavy rains for the last few days, and we're actually in flash flood warnings, as much of the East Coast is right now. Wow, I really have not been feeling like doing videos. Even the last one I said that too. I'm really on this diving even deeper journey. As confident as I may have sounded in the past, it's all being revisited again now. So, you know, I want to be as real as possible with you. So if you're feeling the same thing, going through this, similar situations, it gives you some encouragement to stay with it, and that knowing that other people are going through it as well. So it's been quite the journey. I don't even know where to begin. I'm just grateful right now because I just got a little bit of a hit of feeling better, and the sun came out for a little bit, so I just all of a sudden got the urge to do this video, and so I'm going with it. I'm just trying to trust the feeling. Of course, that's part of what has been going on with me, is I haven't been getting much internal intuitive information lately, and not that that was always really prevalent with me, but I always could feel inside what is there and what isn't, and what my next step is. So here I am again in the situation of, I came to Asheville. I trusted the money would show up. Everything's usually about money with me lately, and if you're following me, when I went to Ireland, I went to Ireland on a dime, and actually the last 4 years has been just enough, has been showing up for me everywhere I go, every time I take a step. Although I've had the courage to take the steps, which is really good, and I've allowed the magic to come in and provide for me in ways that I didn't expect. And I learned a lot about it. I learned a lot about money as energy, and letting go of my ideas about what money is. And but here I am again. I did all that all this time, and I was preparing to come here, and I was just feeling just as lost about it as I have in the past. And I'm really tired of it just being just enough and not seeing anything ahead. So yes, I came down here with enough, and I'm doing house sitting, and that helps. But I have no idea what I'm doing after the house sits. So I'm heading back to Pennsylvania. I do have a couple of commitments there as well. But it hasn't shifted. The money thing hasn't shifted. It's the same story. So I've been diving into that. Like, why is this not shifting? And it always comes back to love. Money is energy. I've accepted that money is energy. Energy is love. Love is energy. Love is money. Money is love. It's divine. It's full of grace. It's all of that. But yet I'm not creating it, or not bringing it in. So I've been diving into that, and what's coming up is loving myself even more deeply. So receiving came up, not being able to receive, or not allowing myself to receive. So different things have come up. Am I afraid to really stand in my power? Am I afraid to truly be who I really am? Those things came up. But just today, even, or yesterday, it was about love. It was about, am I afraid I'll be rejected? Am I afraid someone who I love won't love me back? And that's just, like in general, it's not a romantic love. I don't feel I'm afraid of naysayers or people that have something negative to say that I don't know. But what if someone who, I like, or someone who I want to have a friendship with, or I do have a friendship with, rejects me? You know, those things really, you know, hurt me deeply as I was coming into my own. And I'm like, maybe I haven't really resolved that. So why does that bother me still? So to me, it always comes back to loving myself more deeply. So I'm working on that. I don't know what to say. I don't have an answer. That's where the path is taking me. But secondly, that's more of a personal note. And while this was coming up for me, you know, I came down here to meet my friend Kai, who's down here. She's trying to establish herself here in Asheville as well. And she has a video channel, Kai Shanti, on YouTube. And she did a video. And I also follow Kaya Ra's Prayer Collective. Well, Kaya Ra did, the Prayer Collective this month was about money and abundance and prosperity. And Kai's been struggling too with the money thing, and her most recent video was about money. And it just made me realize how important it is to really talk about that again and revisit that. Everything I've said in the past about money, I believe it's still there. It's still truth to me, but it's taking it deeper. And one reason why I wanted to do this video was to talk about money, changing our idea of money as a collective. So it's not just personal. I think it reflects us in our personal lives, about how we feel about ourselves, ultimately. Because money is energy, it's love, it's divine, it's grace. You know, and when you believe that, it's just, so if you're not allowing abundance in, or prosperity in, it's just abundance. The world is automatically abundant. The universe is abundant. We have to claim that and believe that for ourselves. So the lack of abundance, no matter what form it's in, it doesn't have to be money, it can be a different form, is a reflection of something within yourself or within myself. So that's where I'm at with that. But also, my journey here is to help us walk into the new earth. I take the steps to try to live in the new earth, live in the 5D manner or higher, and help create that for us all, to help kind of blaze a path. Of course, there's many of us, not just me. So that's what I'm doing. So we need to change our idea about money. So for understanding unity consciousness, everything is one. Everything is it's all inclusive. So you can't think of money as separate. It can't be a separate entity. It can't be this thing that we use but we don't like using it, or that we hoard, or that runs our life. It's just part of the flow. It's not the flow. It's not the flow. It's just part of the flow. So we need to look at it differently. We're moving into community living. My idea of living in this way is all of us living from our hearts, doing what we love to do, co-creating, mixing it up, co-creating together, taking care of each other in many different ways, and supporting each other and creating new things together in new ways, and just enjoying this planet we're on. It's so beautiful. And I can't wait to see more of it. I just love it, and if I could be in the forest every day, that's great. So I see us living in that way. There's no fear. It's just love. We're living from our hearts. We're living from a space of love with no fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nobody's going to mistreat anybody. It's all love. So, and we all bring in different gifts, right? So we're all these separate entities of the one that are experiencing each other, flowing with each other, and we just want to experience life. Really, we're just God trying to experience life in different forms. And when you think of it like that, it's like we're here playing. So let's just play. Let's bring it into that mode. Let's bring it into being playful. So we have to bring money into the mix. Money can't be separate. Just like, you can't say that country is no good. It's the whole world. It's all of humanity. It's all of the world. It's Mother Earth. Gaia, Sophia, all together. All of us are one. We're all parts of Gaia. You know, we're all parts of her, and we're all parts of Sophia. And everything is included. Nothing is excluded. So let's think in new ways, the way money can support us in new ways. You know, this idea that you have to earn it, and then you have to hoard it and save it, and because something might happen, is so fear-based. So fear-based. So I challenge you to look at the way you look at money, and how it's in your life, and how you use it. And if you're willing to express love to somebody in other ways, then why not let the money be the expression of your love too? That's all it is. It's an expression of divine grace. So let's start using it in that way. In the flow, you're in the flow. Trust that it's coming in. Honestly, you know, even though I haven't had much, it comes in, I give it out, I pay bills, I give it to people, and more comes in. So I might not have had much, but I'm supported, and I freely give it, and I freely receive it. You know, and that's been a practice. I had to learn that to receive it. And we have to be willing to receive it. You're interrupting the flow if you're not willing to receive and give. So let's let money be part of that flow. The way you think of love, the way you think of happiness or helping people, just let money be in that mix. So, you know, some of us make lots of money. And, you know, some of you don't even know what to do with it. So, and some of us make hardly any money, and some of us make just enough money, or somewhere in between, right? So if hoarding it and not having it are just as bad, so bring it to the middle. You know, if you have it, share it. Share what does your heart want to do with it? What does your heart say? Not what your mind, not what your fear says. What does your heart say? You know, there's people out there, like, and I've said this before, you know, like I need to spend a lot of time in the forest. I need to meditate a lot. I just need to be inward a lot. It's been more and more apparent in the last 2 years. And for me to spend that much time to get in touch with myself and how to bring heaven onto earth and how to move forward and share that with you, it takes time. It takes me I need to be inward, and I need to be floating, you know, and I need to be free. So I don't have a lot of time to focus on making money. If I worked a job, I would not be where I am now if I was working a regular job. So, you know, if someone wants to support me and offer me money because they like the work that I do and they want me to be able to keep doing it, then I will receive it. But I'm not asking someone to support me. I don't want to ask someone to give me money. I want someone who feels moved by their heart to support someone like me that's doing this journey. And not just me, it can be anybody. And money all comes in all different ways. You know, I'm not doing this to ask for money or to ask for support. I'm just saying that's an example of how we can look at money differently. And that's how someone with money can support moving forward in this world. You know, if you don't have money, you need to tap into your creativity and love for yourself and change your views of money. That's the journey I've taken. It's been black, and my views about money have been huge. I had every discordant belief around it that you could have. So it's been a journey and a process to get where I am, to see it as just part of the flow and energy, and you know, and now I accept it as divine grace, and Kai talks about it that way in her video. So there's just different ways. So if we just support each other, we think of each other as community, and we exchange our gifts, you know, it's not just about money. You know, we can exchange our gifts, we can exchange things that we have, we can share what we have, we can borrow from each other. That's supporting each other. We're not meant to be islands unto ourselves and have to take care of everything by ourselves. You know, we're really meant to be, if we're the one, then we should be sharing and helping each other and supporting each other. You know, somebody might have a bicycle and I happen to want to use a bike in town for a week and they're not really using it, why not ask to borrow it? Or why not, offer to share it? Why not? Why does it have to be ownership? This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Let's just think about it. Let's think about different ways we can do this. I'm still mulling this over. I don't spend a lot of time on, on money itself, but because I see that I have my own inner work to do with myself, and here I am, sharing that with you, and I'm not sure where I'm going or what I'm doing. So I don't know. I just want to encourage you to think of it differently, and we'll move forward from there. So, okay, I love you all. Continue the journey. I'll be back in Pennsylvania in July, doing some events there also, and I'm available for Skype sessions if anybody's interested, and I do have a donation button on my website as well. So I make custom jewelry as well, so if anybody's interested in any of those things, please contact me. And much love to you all, and happy journey, and pull yourself up by those bootstraps when you're feeling down. Just hang in there. All right, I love you all. Bye.